Oh, hello. I'm your presenter, R. Barton Smith, and we're here at the Monsieur Mark's TSOG Wax Museum. Why am I speaking to you in a hushed, bad British accent? Your guess is as good as mine. As you can see, the new museum has only the finest pieces of art, as well as some amazing replicas and wax figurines. As we go through the new wax museum, you will see many historical figures in wax form that are astoundingly replicated, including Mr. Mark Steinberg himself. Now, this particular...
Hey, Bart.
Oh,
We now return to our regularly scheduled programming, only on TSOG.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Bart.
How's it going?
Going well. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. I love your little Cubs corner there.
I wanted to do a little corner of the Cubs, but it wasn't possible to do anything little with this thing. This panorama measures over 4 feet long.
Cool.
It's called a yard of the national game, because I think this portion is about a yard long. They give you a shot of West Side Park, which is where the Cubs played prior to Wrigley Field.
Oh, really? I thought Wrigley was the only place the Cubs played.
Yeah, when people see this, they just assume, oh, look at Wrigley in its heyday. But no, that's not even Wrigley Field.
What year would that be?
The park was built in 1893.
Wow.
1 year later, they experienced a fire in the right field stands.
Ooh.
The stands collapsed completely, and people were trying to escape the fire, but they were held in by a barbed wire fence. And some of the players actually had to free the people.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's a crazy story. And even crazier, the next day they resumed play there. They just roped off that section. Could you imagine nowadays a fire in a ballpark? It would be closed at least for the whole rest of the year.
Well, they could have done a promotion like fire sale tickets, for a penny.
Exactly.
Wow, that's amazing. So West Side, what's it called?
West Side Park or West Side Grounds. It goes.
And was it near where Wrigley is now? Do you know?
I think it was fairly close. It wasn't as far north, I don't think.
Right.
But it was in the heart of the city, as you can see, and the dimensions of this park were crazy. 508 feet to center field.
What?
So you can see why there's fans lining the fence on the playing portion, because the center field was so deep. There's so much to look at that it's hard to know where to focus. But if we start in the upper left, you've got the team president and the team secretary. Then you've got the team manager, who was the player manager, Frank Chance, and the team treasurer. But on this poster is Joe Tinker with the crazy hairdo and the flaps of hair going up. Johnny Evers, who played second base, and then Frank Chance, as we said, as the player manager at the time.
Tinkers to Evers to Chance. We did the cards episode.
Yeah, we did that episode on the T205 cards. The poem is what made them really icons, probably got them into the Hall of Fame too. But you also have Three Finger Brown, Mordecai Brown. Who,
Three Finger Brown.
Yeah, he lost fingers in a farming accident. I think it was a baler, and it actually helped him to be a better pitcher. He swore that it helped him put a unique spin on the ball, and batters weren't.
So he had 3 fingers on his pitching hand.
On his pitching hand, yeah. The remaining fingers weren't pretty, going in different directions and whatnot. So it's amazing that he could pitch, and he used it to his advantage. He made lemonade out of lemons, for sure.
No kidding. Mordecai Brown, could there be a more old-timey name than that?
Probably not.
Players had other jobs, right?
Oh yeah, they all had other jobs. Three Finger Brown worked as a gas station owner in his later years, and he was an old curmudgeon. People just didn't even want to confront him or pay him because he was so grumpy. What we have here is a picture of the 1908 team lined up in panoramic fashion in these gorgeous uniforms with these long wool sweaters, all matching all the way across the line. Then we have another shot of the same players in their street clothes. And back then, of course, everybody wore suits and ties and hats.
Right.
So it's a very formal picture of them in their street clothes and them as players. And it has the dates 1906, 1907, and 1908 to celebrate the 3 consecutive pennant winning seasons.
Very cool. And then the big, beautiful bear.
The bear is the best part of it, I think. Look at that fierce grizzly bear with the claws and the open mouth. It's the same exact bear as you see on the Frank Chance Cubs pennant that we did earlier. That vertical blue pennant, same exact bear mascot.
Yeah, that pennant is gorgeous.
One just sold very recently for quite a bit of money. So they are rare, and when they come to market, they do well.
Right.
A lot of Cubs collectors out there with pretty deep pockets.
So a yard of the national game. What does that say there?
It says, home of the record-breaking Cubs, thrice champions of the National League. Thrice? Really? And this one survived in very nice condition. It's got a little bit of spotting here and there. Nothing that distracts you when you look at it.
The picture itself of the field.
Look at that beautiful sweeping panorama. What a majestic ballpark, especially for back then in 1908. You can see the double deck and you've got all these pillars. I remember from going to Crosley Field, if you happen to get a seat behind a pillar, you're just out of luck.
Same here. As a kid at Crosley, yeah.
Then as you move out to the outfield, you've got the legendary bleacher section with the apartment homes behind it. You've got people actually lining the field. The fence was so deep.
Off topic, but do you think fans got to keep foul balls back then?
I heard a story, the ball was fouled into the crowd and the kid caught it and ran off with it. You were supposed to throw it back on the field.
Right.
Kid ran off with it. I think maybe they chased after him and people were booing. It was a bad look for the team. Right. I think at that point they decided, hey, let's just let the fans have the balls. But I don't know what year that was.
Right, awesome.
I would assume if it went into the crowd, you'd get to keep it.
Right. Well, I love it, and a lot of Cub fans out there.
Cubs fans especially were saying, oh my God, our last World Championship was 1908. It was the longest drought in baseball. And when they finally won it, this piece got a lot of renewed interest because it pictures the 1908 club and celebrates that season.
Love it.
Really good stuff.
Great. Thanks, Mark.
Sure.
Now, as we enter, we must be careful, as these wax figures have been created with the utmost care. And as we go through, we will see many, many different kinds of things. Wait, okay, let me pick that up.
I thought you were going to say there's a wax replica
of Mark himself, yeah.